His mobility may be limited.
I cannot walk, can't straighten my legs, and my arm also cannot lift it.
But he wants to serenade the world with his life story.
I always felt that it would be cool to be able to create my own album, to write my own songs and create my own tune.
And although he has a debilitating condition that threatens to silence his voice, he is striving to find a way to get his music recorded.
I didn't understand how serious my condition would be, like affecting my lifespan and also affecting my heart and lungs. My name is Timothy, and I'm a product designer.
In a nation of go-getters, 6 individuals are faced with the challenge of managing their disabilities.
There is more that I can give, special in my own way. I'm not a hero or an inspiration.
Each charged with a brimming passion for life and the optimism that they too can achieve their dreams, just like you.
You see what I can do, I'm just like you.
I need a helper with me. I need help for all kinds of things.
Timothy lives with a rare genetic disease where his muscles waste away over time. He has lost most of his mobility and can only move his fingers.
The condition that I have is called muscular dystrophy. It's a genetic condition that results in the weakening of muscles.
When he was about 5 years old, I think that's when we noticed that his siblings were all active, but he couldn't keep up, and he's very clumsy. That's when we thought we better check it out. We took him to the pediatrician and they looked at him. He has got enlarged calves. So they decided to do a blood test. And from the blood test, they're able to see that there are symptoms of muscular dystrophy.
I was quite sad and angry, questioning why I'm like this. Especially when I was younger, I was very frustrated. I didn't want people to see me differently.
Because his other siblings did not develop the disease, Timothy's parents found it difficult to accept their second child's condition.
We didn't know the extent of what we are expecting as well. We just know that he will not be able to walk and all that, but we don't know, and there's no cure for it. And that was the thing that that hit us really hard.
It took us about a year before we finally come to terms with it, that this is something that we have to deal with. But we look at it and we say that no, we want to give him as normal a life as possible, really to let him live his life to the fullest.
So we tried to do as many of the same things as the rest would do, and they tried to treat me the same.
We try to keep him walking for as long as we can. When he needs to walk long distance, we use a stroller to push him around. He was only in the wheelchair when he's 13.
With various early intervention tools, Timothy's parents tried to improve their son's quality of life.
We did quite a few things, and then when he couldn't walk, we actually had splint for him, for his feet, so that he can still wear shoes. His feet will not be deformed and things like that. At 16, he had spinal surgery.
It's quite common for people with muscular dystrophy to have their back curve because the muscles are not strong enough to support the backbone. The doctor would recommend to insert a rod in the back to hold the spine straight.
While medical advancements have allowed people with muscular dystrophy to live into their 40s, the average life expectancy of a person with the condition is 25. Timothy is now 27.
I didn't understand how serious my condition would be, affecting my lifespan and also affecting my heart and lungs. Actually, a lot of times my parents tried to avoid talking about these issues because they didn't want me to be affected by those things, like the fact that my condition is fatal. So they wanted me to just focus on what is it that I can do and not focus on the negative.
Determined to realize his full potential, Timothy also holds a job that gives back to the community.
I can type with my hand for computer, use a mouse. I can write and draw as well. Can we check whether the motor can go in?
Yeah, sure.
He is a product designer and has been working on the design of a robotic arm that can be used by physically disabled people to perform simple actions like pressing buttons or flipping switches.
I'm also helping them to test the control, how I feel to use the arm and that kind of thing. So both design and the user, yeah.
I don't see that as a disability because when you hire someone, the true value comes from his skills. It's not whether he's an able-bodied person or not, yeah.
Timothy's creativity is a talent he has had since young.
I'm always interested in creating cool gadgets and like nice looking stuff like nice cars, nice house, that kind of thing. So that's when actually I went to search like how to be a product designer.
As a graduate from Nanyang Technological University's Art, Design and Media faculty, Timothy's growing portfolio of designs caught the eye of Philip Tan, the creative director for the opening and closing ceremonies of the 2015 ASEAN Para Games.
He said, "Oh, we really like your artwork, especially the one with the X-ray and the tire mark." So I worked together with a film and animation guy to make my images into moving images. It was used as a backdrop for the opening ceremony. Oh no, D5.
Timothy is also an avid chess player, having participated in several tournaments, including the 2009 ASEAN Para Games in Kuala Lumpur. But all these years, he never got to realize his one true passion.
The first time that I noticed that I was interested in singing and music was when I was around 9. Build like a house, things go wrong, we can knock it down.
Yes, he's always singing. I tell you, in the night, he sometimes also sings in bed. And I would say, Timothy, it's about time. Can you go to bed? Yes, he loves singing.
And out of all these things I've done, think I love
While the
you
closest he got to singing publicly was his online videos, they got him thinking about how far his passion could take him.
Surprisingly, I didn't get that many people bashing my posts or anything like that. But people would make jokes like, at least it sounds better than Justin Bieber. That kind of thing, you know. I decided to join some singing classes. And then I even went to join the introductory course on songwriting and production.
He may not sing very well, but if it's something he likes to do, yeah, we just let him sing.
And now, Timothy wants to try singing and producing his first single.
It's always a dream for me to be able to write my own songs and create my own tune. I got a certain vision of like certain sound and like songs, and it's just a way that I can express myself as well.
But muscular dystrophy can affect one's heart and lungs, and the quality of Timothy's voice may be compromised.
My lung capacity is reduced, so I can get breathless and I'll get tired if I sing or talk too long. I don't have as much power or hold my breath as long.
With weakening lungs, Timothy's dream to sing and record his own composition will need a lot more effort and a bit of luck. Coming up next.
Do you find that you have certain limitations when you are singing and stuff like that?
Yeah, I will not be able to sustain a long note.
Just like you. Just like you.
27-year-old Timothy has muscular dystrophy, but that hasn't stopped him from living a full life. A product designer and champion chess player, Timothy has a long-time dream of singing and recording a song. The producers of Just Like You have arranged for him to meet with local singing and songwriting duo, Jack and Ray. Jack Ho and Ray Kanu have been performing together for the last 15 years and produced their first album in 2008.
Hey, hello! Welcome! Hello!
Hi, nice to
Nice to meet you.
Hi, Timothy.
My name is Jack. Pleasure.
I'm Ray.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Welcome to G77 Plus, our little guitar showroom. Come!
when we start writing a song, the first thing we always try to create is the story of the song. Just to summarize in a few words what you think your song's message is going to be.
Yeah, the story of the song would be kind of like, even though I'm disabled, we're just like everyone else, yeah.
And I think that's a very strong message to start a song.
Yeah.
Jack and Ray's next step will be to figure out Timothy's vocal range and musical style.
What do you foresee your song as like sounding like?
I do want to do something slightly ballady actually.
Okay.
A bit more like upbeat kind of ballad kind of thing.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. But you know what? I guess speed of the song is also something to consider, right?
Yeah. Like, what songs are you like comfortable performing, or do you find that you have certain limitations when you are singing and stuff like that?
Yeah, because of my condition, so my lungs are weaker, so I will not be able to sustain a long note.
Okay.
I think singing-wise, I would suggest maybe choosing songs and styles that might, suit his condition and be comfortable enough for him to perform.
So, Timothy, I understand that you came with a few scratch lyrics.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just going to start by reading out the words first, because I mean, I can't do the things you do.
Yep.
I don't look the way you do. If you look beyond my imperfections
To see the real
me, that I'm just like you.
It's always been my dream to be able to work with a songwriter to be able to write my own song, and I thought it was really cool.
I was thinking something along the lines like,
Come, shoot.
I can do all the things that you do. The first step is always to just basically brainstorm and come up with something, and I think at least he's got his idea in mind, and so we just work with him to just polish this raw piece of stone into a gem.
Yeah.
The way that you do.
Yeah.
Something light and simple to start with. So, I mean, just to give you a rough idea,
Okay.
the story of the song.
Snap
Magic
your fingers.
pen.
Magic pen. You don't mind? Hold guitar for you.
Yes, hold guitar.
Come.
So, like the first verse is life is difficult, or the negative things that you face in life. And then the turnaround can either come in your second verse or your pre-chorus. So,
In songwriting,
if you
the
wanna use a
verses help
pre-chorus
move the story forward, and the chorus is where the main message and intentions of the song are made clear.
I think meeting Jack and Ray for the first time was really cool. They're really nice guys, and like they really made me feel comfortable.
After maybe we do verse 1, chorus, verse 2, chorus, maybe we can reinforce it with the bridge.
yeah,
I
you're
think-
following the Ed Sheeran school of songwriting.
Yeah.
The bridge is always to reinforce and say the same thing over and over again.
That's right. If Ed Sheeran can do it, we also do. We're like him. Yeah.
So this is roughly what your song's structure and messaging will be like for each verse. When Leonard Cohen wrote Hallelujah in a song Hallelujah,
Yeah.
right? He wrote 80 verses,
8-0.
8-0. He almost went nuts writing the song. And then he threw away maybe about 75 verses, I think, to keep the remaining 5 in the song.
All right, Tim. So we need 85 verses. Okay. So,
Send you back, write 80 verses and come back. I'm just kidding. Yeah, but
They were able to like guide me on like some of the scratch lyrics which I wrote and how to use them and create the song, and I really learned a lot from them. With the tips that they give me, I think it will help me a lot.
Timothy's homework for this session is to finish writing the lyrics for his song, while Jack and Ray will be working on the music arrangement.
You are in the wrong position, right? Because you are helping them to swallow, right?
In the meantime, Timothy needs to keep up with his exercise regime to maintain his lung strength.
Since young, I always loved watching soccer. Through power soccer, it enabled me to play the sport that I love, even though I can't run and walk. It's a very fun way for us to get exercise and to play with our friends, and it is basically the same as soccer, and the objective of the game is the same, is to score a goal.
I think when he first started, he never really expected to be able to play. But after some practices, right, you see that they actually grow stronger. And it's the willpower that exceeds their physical ability.
As he grew older, Timothy lost the ability to walk and had to rely on a wheelchair.
At first, it was a difficult thing for me because I felt that it was embarrassing to use a wheelchair. A lot of the kids would sometimes bully me by taking my wheelchair battery and running away.
Over the years, he's learned to face life head-on, and he's using his unique experiences as the main theme for his song.
I think in some way he's trapped. A lot of people, they don't ostracize him, but they don't really get close enough to get to know the real him. I think he's really excited to be able to sing, and I think the lyrics will really reflect what is deep in his heart, that he wished that people would understand him and get to know the real him, and that he's normal just like you and me.
With more polished lyrics, Timothy meets Jack and Ray again. Today, they are going to work out the song's melody.
Yeah. Maybe a bit fast, so I'm thinking whether there should have pre-choruses too. So do one more time, the chord just for fun, sir. Can also,
Or an inspiration.
Maybe Tim can try singing it.
Yeah.
One, I can see the looks you give me. I can hear the words you say. You might think I'm different,
but I'm special. Yeah. I think so. So for the first two lines, right, you need to come in on the two. So it's one.
Oh, okay.
I can na 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 one.
One, two,
I can na 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 na.
four.
Then third line on the one.
They are only at the first verse, but Timothy seems to be having trouble singing on beat.
So 3, 4, 1. I can do the things you do, but I have a part to play. There is more than I can do.
As the recording day draws closer, Timothy will need a lot more practice for a smooth session. Coming up next.
Second line just came in.
I forgot.
Yeah.
Just like you. Just like you.
Hey, sounding good, Timothy. So what we're going to do next is we're going to head to the studio, and then we'll put on some headphones, and what you're going to hear is a click in your ear as well, so that we keep tempo to the music. But everything will be as how we practiced it. So let's have some fun.
Cool.
It's recording day, and Timothy is anxious about performing well on his first single.
But I have a part to play. There is more that I can give, special in my own way.
Okay, so there is more that I can give. That part you just stretched it a little bit longer. So what you want to do is just follow there is more that I can give. It's all shorter than that. So try not to stretch too much, because when you stretch, that's when you start it bounces off to the next line, line. So first two lines fine, but the third line, just watch stay within the 4 counts again.
I was a bit nervous at the start, like because of my lung and because I'm not used to this kind of thing. So I was worried whether I'll be able to sing well. I can do the things you do, but I have a part to play.
You just second line just came in a bit earlier.
Yeah, what you're going through today, it's what every other singer will go through. Trust me, when I go in the vocal booth, right, Ray has a headache because he has to, guide me. So well done.
Yeah. But just for you, just listen out to the click and just follow the timing.
Yeah.
And
Jack and Ray really guide me through and to make sure that I'm able to keep on beat and to be able to help me be comfortable and just have fun. I can see the looks you give. I can hear the words you say. You might think I'm different, but I'm special in my own way.
Yeah! Okay. Sorry. You did it. The first we got. Okay.
It's a dream come true to be able to record in the real recording studio. It's like one thing off my bucket list.
there are always initial hiccups, but the more you do it, the better you get.
I think today Tim did really well in terms of embarking on his first journey to record a song.
It proved to myself that I can do anything despite my difficulties if given the opportunity.
Timothy's lifelong dream of recording his own composition has finally become a reality. But Jack and Ray have one more surprise in store for him. They've been really impressed with Timothy's resilience and have invited him to share the stage at one of their live performances.
I'm quite nervous because I'm not sure if I can perform the song well, whether the timing and whether my voice, I'm able to project my voice, because obviously it's quite noisy and I need to really use my full voice to voice out the song.
It's time for Timothy to take the stage.
We wrote this song and we are so proud that this is going to be the theme song for the show, Just Like You. All right, let's do this one. Please make some noise for Timothy. 3, 4.
I can see the looks you give, I can hear the words you say. You might think I'm different, but special in my own way. I can do the things you do, but I have a part to play. There is more that I can give, special in my own way, special in my own way. I'm not a hero or an inspiration. Just let me on my imperfection. When you see what I can do, I'm just like you.
It's a wonderful experience, something I never thought I would get the chance to do. But why should disability hold you back?
To everyone out there, don't judge before you know the person.
Yeah. And we have a new friend too.
That's right.
See what I can do, I'm just like you. I'm just like you. I'm just like you.
Timothy, everybody!
I've always been quite aware of the fact that life is short. I always live up to that motto of living life to the fullest. I want to achieve all my dreams. I want to experience as many things as I can and make the most of the time. Yeah. But I'm special in my own way.
Special in my own way.